This is my second video on installing limited media server on a Raspberry Pi. If you want to see the first one, I'll add a link here, and then you can also check the description. The goals for this video will include installing Noobs, updating the firmware, burning the image and also adjusting its settings, then changing the boot order to boot from NVMe, and then finally booting from the NVMe drive. Alright, I've booted up the Pi, I have the mouse, keyboard, and screen attached, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Next to start the installation process. Alright, via Film Magic, I've already selected my country, my language, and my time zone, but just choose the one that is appropriate for you, and then hit Next. Okay, as per my instructions, I'm going to keep this simple. The username is going to be admin, the password is going to be admin, and the confirm password is going to be admin, then just hit Next. For my installation, I went with the wired route, so I did not need to choose a Wi-Fi network, so I'm just going to skip this step. You can try to do this if you want to use a wireless connection, but I would still suggest using a wired connection since this wants to be a server, and servers should be hardwired in. This part makes no difference, but I just chose Firefox as the default and just hit Next. Alright, this part's going to ask you about updating the software, and it's usually always a good idea to do so. So just hit Next. You should have a connection to the internet, and it will update. So just let it roll. Alright, so that just finally finished, so click OK, and then all you need to do is click Restart, and the Raspberry Pi will reboot. Alright, at this point I do have a functional Raspberry Pi, but there's still more to do in the next step. Alright, now it's actually time to start working on getting it updated. So I need you to take notice of this icon on top. It is the terminal icon. You're going to be using it quite a lot. So let's start off by clicking it first to open up a terminal. Alright, once the window pops up, your first command you want to type in is going to be sudo apt update && sudo apt full -upgrade, just to make sure that the software is up to date. Alright, so now let's actually update the firmware so it is the latest version. So I'm going to use the command sudo raspi-config. Alright, from this fancy menu I want to choose advanced options. And I want to go into bootloader version. And I want to make sure that I chose latest. Alright, so I'm just going to say yes, I want to load the new one, and then for this one I'm just going to say yes. Alright, at this point I just need to go down to finish and then say yes to reboot and wait for the system to reload. Now if everything works, we should be able to burn the drive. So click the icon on the left, go to accessories, and then choose the Raspberry Pi imager. Now from the imager, we want to choose a device. We want to choose Raspberry Pi 5. All right, now I need to choose a operating system. Now I don't want the top one that has a desktop. Don't need the second one, it has a desktop. I need to go to Raspberry Pi OS Other. And then from here, I want Raspberry Pi OS Lite 64-bit. Next, I need to choose storage. And then if everything's good, my drive, which I have, the Sabrent Rocket Q4 is there, so I'm going to click it to choose it as my drive. With all three things chosen, I need to hit next. And now the important stuff is I want to hit edit settings so I can edit the default setup. All right, let's start off with setting a host name. Let's call this one Limited Media Server. All right, next you set up a username and password. Keep the username as admin, but come up with an actual password that you're going to remember. Now I'm going to skip the wireless LAN part since I'm going to use a wired setup, but if you need to do it, this is where you can set up your SSID and password for your local network. Last thing on this page, set up your local, so your time zone and keyboard layout are set up for you. Now let's move to the services tab. Make sure here to enable SSH, and it's using password authentication. This is very important. Then on the last tab, there really isn't anything to do. So, other than maybe disable telemetry so they don't get, information about you. And then you can just hit save. From here, you're just going to hit yes. Then it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to erase everything? You're going to say yes again. And then it's going to ask you for the password, and the password should be admin. And then just, let it go. All right, it's asking to eject it. Just type in the admin password again. And then, at this point, the image has been burned, but there's still more to do. All right, let's open up the terminal one more time and use the command sudo raspi-config. All right, from here, I want to go to Advanced Options. And I want to go to Boot Order. And I want to choose the number 2 option, which is NVMe. And now it's swapped to the NVMe boot drive. All right, from here, I'm going to finish, and this asks me if I want to reboot, and I'm going to say yes. And then the system should reboot onto my NVMe drive. All right, I'm going to trim out some of the dead space here, but it is going to take a little while for it to finally boot up. It's going to reboot quite a few times, so just wait it out, and eventually it'll get to the login screen. Oh, hey, we finally got a login prompt. So it's time to actually log into the server with the username and password that you previously set up. So my username is going to be admin, and then I have my own password. I'm going to type it in. And then look at that. It is actually on, logged into the limited media server, which has nothing right now. It's just a blank shell. And then in the next video, we'll go over installing like the actual server and software and making it all right. So thanks.